Okay, so we're halfway through day one. This is the wood panel room that we had downstairs. Good news and bad news. We ripped off the wood paneling. 2 walls had radiant drywall behind them, and the other 2 didn't. So just something to think about with wood paneling. May or may not be drywall. So in here, we're going to hang 5/8 inch drywall to finish off the room before we scrape popcorn and knockdown. So a little bit of hanging in here. Demo for the kitchen, and this is what I'm talking about with the electric. Lines like this, you can't run your drywall because you have electric in the way, so something to think about before you rip out the ceiling is where you're going to put in new can lights, where you're going to put in ballast lights, are you going to put in fans. Make sure you have your electrician set up. Over here you can see again a bunch of wires that were running through the soffit that obviously can't be buried by the drywall because they're in front of the fairing strip. So don't just start ripping out your soffit until you know what you're going to do with electric and plumbing afterwards. Okay, so we're in day 3 of our renovation project. Day 2, we really didn't do much here. The electrician came in, had to notch out a lot of the fairing strips. He had to pull some wire in this kitchen, and we really needed to get all this done before we could come in and obviously hang all the drywall. So again, if you're going to do a soffit removal, whether it's kitchen or a bathroom, definitely keep your electrical considerations, also your vent considerations. Those are things you have to think about after the demo. We did get a couple things done yesterday. We got some of the wallpaper border off. We got a couple of the walls skimmed out and primed. We got wallpaper off. This is your nightmare wallpaper job. This is typically what happens. The original drywall was never sized, so they glued the paper right to the drywall. What happens is when you tear off the wallpaper, you end up taking off the top level of the gypsum board. This is actually gypsum mineral. If you get this wet or you try and finish it or prime it, it's going to bubble. And then when it bubbles, you have to peel it off, which is peeling off more of the board. It can be a real disaster. So this is typically why people call professionals for wallpaper removal. What you have to do is seal this drywall with a product called guards. That way when you go back over with a primer or finishing mud, it's not going to bubble. So this has already been primed with guards, and it's just a clear product, almost like an acrylic, that seals the drywall and allows you to finish. So we're going to have to skim these walls out and get them all ready for knockdown. This is our wood panel room. We're almost finished with the hanging. This is the room that had some fire retardant 5/8 drywall on 2 walls. We had to hang the other 2 walls, so we got it wrapped up hanging over here. We got to run our corner bead on the inside windows. Run our corner bead on the other inside window, and then this room will be wrapped up. We haven't started on the laundry room yet. Here's our other bedroom that had wallpaper. As you can see, the wallpaper in this room came off a lot easier. These walls were sized and the wallpaper was over the paint. So we didn't have any issues in here. We got to do a little bit of touch up, screw holes, nail holes, things like that. But this room's pretty much ready to go for knockdown. This was the wall that the customer demoed. We just hung 5/8 or no, 1/2 inch moisture resistant because it's an exterior wall. We got to finish off the corner bead, take the mud, scrape popcorn. This room will be ready to go. We got this bedroom primed. Walls are in pretty good shape. Just need to do a little bit of touch up. And it'll be ready. Here's our other bedroom. We've got to hang the 1/2 inch in the corner. Tape and mud. Walls have been primed. This room will pretty much be ready to scrape and spray. So we're into day 3. I'm going to give you an update at the end of today on how we're coming.